Because of course there were no engines in those days, so that they had a horse to pull the boat. Because before you got a horse and carts, and the horse with a cart on land could pull about a ton. Now, once they put it onto water and develop the canals, a horse can tow 25 tons very easily. You can almost push it yourself. So there's one man with the horse, and the wife steered the boat and did everything else. And this is where the family lived, because there were no schools, and the kids lived on the boat. Some of the boats were owned by the family, and some were owned by companies, and they just worked for the company. But it was out in the countryside. The alternative was working in a factory, which was full of dirt and smoke and everything else. So it's probably a bit healthier. It was very hard work because it was all year round, Sundays to Saturdays. So it was 24 hours a day until they got to the end and they had to get another cargo and take it back. And they say this is where they live. Those are the cooking facilities. It's also a stove just there, and all the food was cooked on there. There were no fridges in those days, or microwaves, or anything else, or ovens. There was no electricity.
Life is not easy for them.
No, it wasn't easy. So it was a hard life, as I say. And all the family would have their meals and so forth in here. This is the table. Everything had to be compact because you could get so many children here. Probably not as many as you've got. You would be on the coal, sleeping on the coal, or on the roof, depending on the weather. And that's the table.
Wow, beautiful.
That is called a Measham teapot, because the pottery was in Measham, which is in Derbyshire, and it's traditional. You see, it's got a little teapot on top of the lid.
Beautiful.
And the plates are traditional with the lace in them.
Mother's Day.
And also the lace over the windows is very traditional too.
Window is so cute. It's beautiful.
It's all very true. I mean, this boat wasn't built until the 1930s, so it's about 100 years old. Of course, it wasn't built in those days, because of course everything had converted to diesel engines by then. But it's been made as a replica, and it's a very accurate one as to what they had in those days. And then, of course, come nightfall, the parents would sleep here, and the children would sleep there. And there's a rule in those days that there had to be a door between the bedroom for the grown-ups and the bedroom for the children, and there had to be a door between it.
So that's the door.
That's the door.
Look.
Just to meet the regulations. That's what they did. But the children would have to sleep there or anywhere they could, I suppose, because of course in those days there was no school, there was no doctors or anybody. So the children worked on the boat, and they had to do whatever they could do, whatever was necessary. And as I say, when they came to sleeping, this was the other half of the double bed.
So
came
they
down,
can straight their legs,
and then they put a mattress on there.
Wow. See?
So in winter, it'd be reasonably cosy because you got the stove there.
So have you ever tried this bed?
No?
Have you ever tried this bed?
Not one like this, no. I've hired boats, which are much more sophisticated nowadays, but a lot of them do have, where the table is, the table top drops down to something like this. And
it's amazing.
Yeah, if the lady of the house wanted to do some housework, she would tie, the tiller which she's steering with, the piece of wood that comes out the back, called a tiller. She would be steering the boat, so she would tie it in the middle.
It's okay.
Oh, sorry, you're
Nothing.
getting dripped on.
Yeah, it's an insect.
Oh, is it? And yeah, I don't know whether you've got any questions.
See, for the light.
These were traditional again. It's thought they came from the Romanis in Europe, the castles and the roses.
Yeah, but it's quite similar to the Indo-Pak history because
Yes,
in Pakistan and
so-
India they have the same type of art.
So, yeah, I can imagine because it sort
Yeah.
of drifts across, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All these cultures.